It is 10 a.m. in Burkina Faso, and we are speaking to Aino Laberenz, the co-founder of the Operndorf Burkina Faso, and Aino is the widow of Christoph Schlingensief and keeps up the legacy of Christoph and his Operndorf Afrika, which she is hopefully telling us about it. And it's especially dramatic because the coronavirus doesn't know borders, and even as democratic it is, of course, it hits those hardest who don't have a health system and an infrastructure, and even the hygienic consequences or the hygienic conditions or possibilities, of course, in Burkina Faso are far away from our possibilities to wash our hands, for example. So I thought also maybe we can use this opportunity to raise some funds and see if people want to do a donation and things like this. So I wanted to hear on Aino what we all can do and how the situation is. And it's been 10 years now she's doing this. And here we are. Operndorf. Hey, Aino.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us. How are you doing?
Yeah. Hello. Thank you for being with you.
How are you? How has the whole Corona situation infected your practice as you do costumes for operas and or actually more theater, right?
Yeah, more theater, and especially we're having like this residency program once a year, always in autumn, and to have like artists at the Opera Village. And yeah, we're planning this year, but now we're focused on try to stopping the spread of the coronavirus, and we try this with we have like a little infirmary, and we try to collect material, medicine. And I think the most important thing is to providing important information to the population in the region, because it took a long time that they already know. A lot of people don't read and write, and so we did it with pictures, and I think this is the most important to focus on that.
Maybe you can tell us, for those who don't know, what is the Operndorf Afrika exactly, and what is it aiming for?
The Opera Village in Burkina Faso. It's an international kind of art project. Christoph Schlingensief, or it's based on the vision or idea from Christoph Schlingensief in 2009, 2010. And he wanted to create a meeting place for artists, for everyone, and try to create a free space to meet. And so we started in the middle of nowhere to build up first a school, a primary school, included with art. Then there are now almost 24 buildings. We did that in the last 10 years, including a canteen, a little hospital. It's kind of a first supply, first care situation, and a sound studio, some house for artists like joining us, or the teacher living at the Opera Village. And this is what we did the last the last 10 years to
And
create.
I mean, I would describe Christoph as a universal artist, maybe.
Yeah.
But he was mainly known for being a theater director, I would say, and the movie or film director. But all these
Yeah.
the films were also very much theater like. And the TV host also, right? Yeah, and why actually opera? Because as a symbol for like a stage or for effort.
Yeah, I think opera was like a moment of high level art. It's
Yeah,
like really for him there it's like a form of art where everything comes together. You can say you have like a play, you have on stage you can act, you have texters, you have music, and he was an artist. He always was in if it was like visual art or film, if he did his projects on street, he had a party, Chance 2000. So he always go to kind of borders. And for him, opera on one hand was it's yeah, almost criticism to our system that it's like high level and not open for everyone. And he said, okay, opera needs to go back to the roots, to the basis, and be open for everyone, and try to get the topics or content from for everyone, and maybe also to react to a social system or whatever. So it was on one hand for him a really important part of art, and he really respected and worked into. He did opera too. And on the other hand, it was a criticism, and he thought about he thought to open up opera again. He created the erweiterte Opernbegriff. So he mixed it with erweiterten Kunstbegriff.
yeah, the extended idea of art
Yes,
or opera.
yes,
But
yes.
you think, oh, because opera, I guess it's the most expensive art form, right? Like from the overhead costs, I guess.
Yes, yes. You
Yeah,
have a choir
yeah.
with like 80 people and so on. Yeah. Yeah, sure, sure.
Like each seat is like most highly substituted. You know,
Yes,
even an opera ticket still is expensive, but
yes,
I think I forgot the numbers, but it's like really 4 times, 5 times what a seat costs. It costs to,
yeah,
if it's enough at all. So
yeah.
okay, I got that, but why Africa? Why Burkina Faso? Because we all come from there, or like
So
our
he had like
mankind?
yeah, he had like a relationship in his work. When you see his work, he was shooting a film in the 90s in Zimbabwe. So we did a project Animatograph called in 2000, beginning of 2005, in Namibia. So he was like a really yeah, open artist, and always looking for another kind of yeah, explaining the world where we're coming from. And so in his career or in his work, you can see a lot of relationships to the continent. And it was also like a criticism to our view to the African continent, because it's always like this top down situation that we want to help. And when we with all this help systems or project, he said, okay, it's included that we know something more. And why we should just listen and build up
What we can learn also, no? What we can
yes,
learn.
to
Yeah.
learn, to listen, and to build up an opportunity to yeah, to go in exchange on a eye level. So
Maybe you can say something about the architecture.
Yeah, Francis Kere, he's an architect from Burkina Faso. It was really funny or nice because when they met the first time, and for Christoph, it was really important when we saw it the first time to create this this opera village. For him, it was really important to work together with an African architect, and
who's a really, I mean, who's a really super respected, kind of a world star architect, right? I mean, next to I mean, there are many, of course, but next to David Adjaye, who's from Ghana, he had a big. I think he's from one of our clients. He's planning a museum in Perth, Australia. So he's a real. He did the. I think he did the auditorium in the Design Miami in Basel, and so
the Serpentine, I think.
Serpentine Pavilion,
yeah. And he's from Burkina Faso, and there is like this a connection, or there was a connection between both of them, between Christoph and Francis, because I had like this point to work with the locals, with the material. In Burkina Faso is mostly clay, and he did a construction with a rooftop to have like a circulation. There's like the distance between the roof, and it's like a Verstrebung. I don't know.
Construction.
Yeah, like a special construction in between where you have like a circulation of air. Yeah, it's a little bit different, but yeah. And so you have like a Kühlungssystem,
air conditioning, like a smart way of doing air conditioning.
Yes, in a natural way, without it's just with this circulation, and outside it's really outside of the classrooms, for example, it's 40 degrees, and inside it's 25.
Wow.
And, so it's like really there are some points this thought of doing architecture to include the people, the locals around. And for me, I had this experience, it's like some years ago, when I was at the Opera Village, and always when I'm being there, I'm live there, I'm at the Opera Village, sleeping there. And a father, there was like a newborn child, and the father came to me and said, oh, I have a daughter, and he was like so lucky, and the best thing, I built the infirmary. So it's like another connection. If you not only have built up a place, if it's a school or a hospital, whatever, there is another connection. It's for us, it's really important that it's not we are sitting in Berlin, my team, we are like a organization, foundation, non-profit in Berlin, but for us it's really important that there is like a identification with the locals, and
but his because you Christoph and you were married, and you my battery saying that it's empty soon, but in 20%. So and I read this amazing book, actually, also when I was in hospital. He wrote this really amazing book. What was the title again?
So schön wie hier kann's im Himmel gar nicht sein.
Yeah. As beautiful it's here, it can't be as beautiful in the heaven. And I wondered, because I'm so deeply impressed by how you keep up this engagement for this project. And I sometimes wonder, isn't this because it's very utopian idea of Operndorf Afrika, or Operndorf Burkina Faso. And I wonder, sometimes there are these utopian ideas which represent or stand for something else, like Thomas Saraceno's idea of a flying city, I mean, probably we should I should invite him and talk about this, because
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe he's really real about it. So did you ever thought of maybe that's only just a drawing, or like an imaginary drawing of a society? You know what came to my mind also was this Lars von Trier movie, where
Yeah.
they're so cruel to each other.
Yeah.
You know, this, it's also like an opera setting.
Yeah.
Dogville, I think. But this
Yeah.
is like it's like a positive. It's like a positive Dogville idea. And did you ever had the doubt that it's that the task is too big and that it's not feasible to keep on? Like, where do you get the energy from? Always keep on pushing for it.
I mean, it's not me alone. I have a great team, I must say, in Berlin and also in Burkina Faso. And as I said, it's really important for me that it's not it's not about me, and it's also not about Christoph. He was for him it was really important that it's not a monumental about him after he died. For him, it was a vision or a thought which would grow with other people, with other artists. And sure, sometimes you struggle with all the stuff. I never was on a construction site in the beginning to yeah, but you have the opportunity to learn a lot, and it's like always what you're putting in coming back to you in a way. And if I would ask myself like daily if it's too heavy, I couldn't do it. So I choose it to do, and it's also with the legacy of Christoph's work. So there is like the film legacy, there is the art legacy, the opera village. For me, it's like a little bit different because it's a project on its own, built up on a idea or vision of Christoph Schlingsief.
So even more. So you have like two legacies to look after, and your own projects.
Yes, sure.
For those actually who don't know, Christoph Schlingsief won the Golden Lion for Germany in the Venice Biennial in 2000. Yes. So bad with dates always.
11. It was
2011.
Yeah.
2011. And how's the situation in the Operndorf now? Because you told me on some other note that the coronavirus arrived also in Burkina Faso. And so, is there anything we all can help?
Yes, to donate, because it's like we having like always regularly Skype conversations with our team, and they closed the primary school all over the country since all the schools and public whatever since I think 2 or 3 weeks now. So it's like really similar to us here. And but there is like this Easter period, so it's like quiet at the moment. And there is like a little town close by us, Signare. We are like 30 kilometers from the capital, from Ouagadougou, and there is like the coronavirus, but it's now close to us. Yes, and we try to stop the spread with information, with protective masks. We try to produce the protective masks
made of cloth. Yeah.
Yes. So it's like it's like almost like it's like really not a lot what we can do, but we try what we can do to to stop the spread.
Yeah, and how can we do this? Where do we find the info to do so?
On our site, Operndorf Afrika, it's in my bio, or at Operndorf Afrika Instagram. We have an Instagram account, and it's also at the link is in the bio. We have our site. Yeah. So.
And what is the easiest way? Is there like a GoFundMe? Is there like a simple way where we can just do it by PayPal? Because I think I usually do it like it's more comfortable in this to give even small amount.
Sure. It's like you can do like €5 or €10.
Whatever helps, right?
Whatever it is, yeah. And you can, we have like the system, you can do PayPal, you can do it with your credit card, whatever, so. Yeah.
Perfect. I will do that. Hope the others will do so too, because even for us, it's also tough and financially very challenging. But of course, there are always others who hit it harder. And I know, really, thank you so much. Actually, there are some questions. I forgot. I was so deep in our conversation. But really, and I think actually, also a reason I wanted to talk to you, because I have really a lot of respect how you keep on holding this.
Yeah.
And I think we can learn from this. You know, we can learn from this in this situation we are all in, to kind of copy a bit the stamina. Here, this is a comment, I think, another question. A balance with family and work is the secret of success.
Yes, I don't know if it's a question.
Oh no, I think it refers to my family. Yes, I just had lunch with my family.
Okay.
And I go back to them now.
Schlingsi ever spent? Yes.
Schlingsi was wonderful.
Yeah, we're planning an exhibition at Julia Stoschek in Berlin. So just to know, in June. And
will this happen in June?
Yes, this year. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. For all they love Schlingsi.
Ich weiß, ich war's. Yeah, I was so fascinated because my mother's from Austria. And we went to the Wolfgangsee. And I mean, I was like 15 or something. And then he had this great idea of everybody jumping into the Wolfgangsee to the same.
The unemployed.
Yes, exactly. Because we had this gigantic unemployed rate in Germany.
Yeah.
And Helmut Kohl, the German chancellor, also made holiday in Wolfgangsee. And he kind of wanted to create like awareness.
You want to swap it over.
Yeah. So everybody
like
jumps into the lake, and then the volume of people jumping at the same time creates the reaction of the water to make Helmut Kohl win.
How many unemployment Germany had, and I think it was like 6 million or something.
Yeah.
In the area of coal, you need to imagine now, and it was really funny. And he was like in the end was like 100, and he. Went into the sea, and twice.
Also, an amazing movie, I think it's also on many streaming services, is Ausländer raus, no? Like Foreigners Out.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was like this Bitte liebt Österreich, Please Love Austria, and it was like 2000 where Haider was wants to be chancellor or whatever in Austria. So the first time with the FPÖ, and he did this project. Yes, there is. We have like a German. We always do, or we publish every year. I saw the question. Should we read it or not?
Is there an English documentation of